We have a couple of confident teams coming into today's game. Both walked off the field with victories last time out. It's the Jets going up against the 49ers. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
Larry, we are down the peninsula from San Francisco as you get a look inside modern Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the New York Jets and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they enter play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards on the pickup there, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Man, how about the range, too, coming from the out.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. And after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll check on his status when we... Quarterback is Hill duck under center. They'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just...
matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. And that play win. They know why they do it for these situations. There's nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's been any worse than what they've done so far.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Surveying the field. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jets are able to strike for 6. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to...
Now on the Jets defense. Got that fumble recovery last time when it looked like they might give up points. It actually ended up yielding points for them on the offensive end.
It's a pretty good swing, isn't it? Maybe you're going to give up a touchdown. Instead, a big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. And so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no...
It's caught inside the 25. And give him a gain of 37. Back to throw again. Flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll rifle this one. They've got his man. Complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with surprise.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And an alley to run. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm, You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
If you love pressure,
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this ahead to quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Their dangerous wide receiver, 95 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
We've sat in a lot of meetings, and they always talk about the offense taking advantage of beginning a half. Because special teams coaches don't listen to that. They want to take advantage with their own unit, and they just did.
Yeah, they trailed in the locker rooms, and they changed that immediately.
I think they...
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Back to throw now on first down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's got room. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. A huge play there on the screen pass. 47 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their...
They'll set up to throw. That's caught at the 1. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Their dangerous wide receiver. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Jets have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us another one.
They'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Niners are a point away from leading this game.
Well, I don't want to overlook the touchdown because that was huge. That ties the game. But you know where I'm going, don't you?
Need the PAT, and then you need to stop on defense.
Yeah, in a big way. The guy kicking the ball through the posts, that's where all the spotlight shifts to now. Yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Apparently they weren't interested in playing the field position game. They opt to keep their offense out there. A big mistake in hindsight.
Yeah, that one backfired, and hindsight's always 20/20, but let's...
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for San Francisco, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll get a home date next week against the San Diego Chargers. So that'll do.
Today's matchup could be a drag-em-out brawl as both teams rank in the top 10 in fewest yards allowed. The Pats are #1 in defensive yards allowed, and they go up against the Niners, who will need to be sharp on offense. With that, we'll send you up to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough as we say hello to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They were winners last time. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. These coaches told us they wanted to take the top off this defense. They wanted to be able to stretch them downfield. They showed it pretty well there.
And they knew that if they were able to do that, it would open up everything else. But how did they truly get it done? Practice in the previous week, making sure they had a plan, fine-tuned.
Defense now making their way out onto the field. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Their dangerous wide receiver with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear, sudden, and we're still in the first quarter. He's already thrown an interception, and that should have been the second one.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
First half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Their big-bodied receiver with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage.
Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A big play there with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Niners, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle.
The Patriots, we've got a matchup today that features two teams who come in with opposite records on the year. It's the Jets going up against the Patriots. Set for the call of this Week 15 matchup, here are Brandon Godden.
We are about an hour's drive southwest of downtown Boston in the area known as Patriot Place, Gillette Stadium here in Foxborough. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game. So they understand.
A great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And oh, this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. A good pickup there of 20 yards. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blow.
Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now they go screen, it's complete. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
A huge play there on the screen pass. 43 yards.
A well-executed screen pass means the offensive line has bluffed the defenders. They make them think that they can just get through and get to the quarterback. Instead, they're setting them up. Little screen pass, lofted over them, and now they're in front, and they get downfield for big yardage when they do it right. It out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Their dangerous wide receiver with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Field goal range, not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is it?
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
If the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, it can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the
field. And sometimes that's part of his genius, but it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guy's trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets off. Really well done.
And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. An absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out.
With the season winding down, thoughts are already beginning to turn to the playoffs, but you gotta play it out to the end. So these guys need to keep the focus on this game and not start looking ahead to the postseason. It's the 49ers going up against the Cardinals. So with the call of this Week 16 matchup, let's hand it over to our commentators, Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, first opened in 2006. Here's a look inside University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Tonight, the stage is set for our final Thursday night game of the year between the San Francisco 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. Their long winning streak finally came to an end last week. A disappointing game for them, but still a heck of a drive now for the 49ers. And a look at the man under center, now in his 8th season in the National Football League. Look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. This late in the year, you expect to see some guys populating on this list.
You're exactly right. No one's happy about it, but it really shouldn't be a surprise. So the guys who are playing in their spots, in their stead, they have to step up now and make big plays. Ball may come your way.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll rifle this one deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
He'll find his man on the comeback route, complete. It's a gain of 14 there, and it'll be a San Francisco first down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And the Cardinals now heading out to defend. And despite being down on the scoreboard, this unit, they've had some big-time hits.
Sort of like us at practice the other day. I saw you take a running start at that blocking sled. You took it down.
Bounced off like a rubber band.
No, not at all, but you're exactly right. They are doing their job, but they want to add takeaways to it. You need to have more of those to go along with the big hits we're seeing on the other side. I missed it. Totally missed it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Back to throw. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 35-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. He's been a busy man here in this one, and
Wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course, you got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play.
Gets a bonus on this one, Brandon. The coach upstairs who says he signaled down and said challenge it, and the head coach for pulling the red flag.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to.
With a game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. This one taken from the 7.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's
this game. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the force out after this.
bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And a nice gain of 2. They come out with 1 back and 3. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
And there's the go-ahead touchdown. And so likely we'll kick an extra point. But to me, I'm looking forward. Special teams now with your kickoff. And then your defense.
3rd. He's back to throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in.
Not expecting them to run it at all.
They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. It goes as a gain of...
Understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And a quick throw here. That's complete. And a pretty... It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And down yards and the sticks move. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So for the Niners, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Miami next week. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. So that
baby coming just once and we went up. And my love tripping. Now I feel my body dripping.
got a good division rivalry coming up here in the AFC. And these two teams have met once already, so they are more than familiar with one another's tendencies, and maybe more importantly, their weaknesses. It's the Jets going up against the Dolphins. So with the call of this Week 16 matchup, let's hand it over to our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, we could have been assigned to December games in Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Cleveland. Instead, we get the plum assignment here in sunny Miami, Florida. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Guyton, third down, very proficient, and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the...
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. The receivers did to help. Sometimes the running back's pretty good, too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of good yardage and made it happen with great effort.
1 quarter down. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
All the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had every...
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall.
Ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. Not something you want to see in week.
Opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit. But for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock. Defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big...
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. 83 yards. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Jets, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Miami, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. So
in today's matchup, two teams coming in feeling good about how their last game went and want to continue with another win here today. It's the Seahawks going up against the Jets. With that, let's send you up to MetLife Stadium. It's a snowy one in the tri-state area as we bring in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And yes, Larry, white stuff is on the ground and in the air. 3 inches fell overnight, and we expect more as this game wears on. Should be interesting here at MetLife Stadium, just outside of New York City. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Jets ball.
Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
They'll set up to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
They'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket?
Back to throw here. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want. This offense leading his crew back out there now. And they must have seen something leading up to this one that said, hey, we're going to be able to go deep because they've gone deep with a lot of success.
And pick your phrase, pick your code words, your buzzwords, whatever. Vertical stretch, deep passes, go routes, right? What's that route you love? What's that route you love?
4 verts.
4 verts. All of it working because they're able to find ways to get deep and for him to show off that big, big arm.
We see some of that
Kind of vision. And receivers love him as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands. Defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And eventually brought down, but it's near to 5 at the 6.
I love when a play results in a game that I can actually kind of fall back on one of my favorite adages, and that is anytime there's a run over 10 yards, it means that the offensive line did its job, but you know who else did? No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there with Touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead.
That's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in hours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
And such a close game, a very big one. So instead of the incredibly obvious choice of trying to punt it out near midfield, now they left their defense with no margin for error.
No, zero. And I don't care how much confidence you have in your defense. I don't care if you say, hey, I'm going to be aggressive because those guys can.
Partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our flight was canceled tonight, but we'll deal with that later. It was really a fun game to watch, though.
It was, and there is something special about games played in the snow because the element of surprise really kicks in. You don't know how they're going to handle the ball, if someone's going to make a dramatic play just out of nowhere, and all of a sudden it just changes the course of things. But a big shout out to our crew to make sure that we were comfortable up here, as comfortable as one could be. In these elements, they took care of us and made sure we were dressed properly.
So for the Jets, they will indeed finish over 500 at 9-7. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back.
Fellas, we've got to have a great practice today. There's no other option. We've got 17 weeks, we strap it up, and we get better each week. This is one of those times you got to take advantage of it, all right? So let's get at it. It's great. I mean, you had a great day today. You're taking the first steps towards success in this league. But don't fall back and get lazy. There's more steps ahead, so you got to keep it up.
We could be in for some serious offense today. The 49ers are top 10 in total yards, and they go up against the Dolphins defense that will need to be at the top of its game. So for the call of this week's 17 matchup, let's send it out to our broadcast team, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Miami Dolphins and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gautin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Going to throw right side here. Complete. 26 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be a San Francisco first down. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the
They'll look to throw here on first down. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in open spaces, but it's awfully difficult at times because you have so many things you have to look out for. Where's the line blocking? Where's the traffic coming from? Tough to find open spots. As if he didn't. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Mighty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you're very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game.
It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for the Niners. And quite the appropriate gain as well, 49 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's showing off that arm, showing it off very well. They've got the lead. Don't forget, though, about the protection he's had. The protection's been good.
And I'll guarantee you he hasn't forgotten about it at all because that's keeping him clean in the pocket, allowing him to step into throws and make those deep passes come true. I mean, it's just been beautiful for him to do. But guess what? In the huddle, on the sidelines, guaranteed he's thanking those big guys up front for keeping him safe. I have a feeling he may even buy dinner.
Indeed, entertaining to relive some of those deep balls.
Magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter, got to feel pretty good as a defense.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. That one good for 10.
Right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
You tend to go towards him.
Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first. Let's go! They'll look to throw. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 8 yards. He'll look to throw. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. And he's brought down. 13 yards there on the pickup. And the 49ers are going to get a first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going up.
He's back to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Back to throw. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow, wow. So many practices we watched over time where the offense works on scoring late in the game and finding a way to win, as we just saw there.
Just saw it right there. Now can they preserve that advantage that they just got? Interesting final chapter to this proverbial book here in this one, because they were in field goal range, could have won it with a field goal, elect to go for the touchdown. I still don't know what they were doing.
As great as this game was and as dramatic an ending as we had, the post-game press conference is going to be key, because they're going to be asking Coach, why not a field goal attempt there? You got an opportunity to win it right there with your guy, and instead you run another play.
Yeah, we might need to stop by that press conference on our way out the back door here.
Yeah, just slow down the plane for us, all right? We got to get an answer before we go.
So for San Francisco, the win means they'll finish in double digits at 10-6. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, this might wind up being a tough pill to swallow as they're going to finish the season at 9-7. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as
thing that happened often more than just a little happy yeah, fashion week, oh yeah, throwing money in the air. Just happy with my lady, other girls they wanna hate her. It comes with the territory, ball players wanna date her. All we got is loyalty, I'm treating you like royalty. I'ma spoil you every day of the week. Shot is in the basement party, yeah. Turn into the greatest party.